Hello and welcome to this edition of the OVC Insider presented by Taco Bell. I'm Jake Bajema alongside Matt Hamann. Matt, we had quite the weekend in the OVC sports agenda.
Absolutely, Jake. It was a great weekend, and we had a full slate of good games, as well as some star-studded efforts that caught our eye and the nation's eye as well.
Yes, let's start off with one of those players, Ellie Robertson from Morehead State University in volleyball. Let's take a look. Robertson was named the National Player of the Week by the Collegiate Volleyball Update as Morehead got the sweep they were looking for as the Eagles rallied to defeat Jacksonville State 3-2 and beat Tennessee Tech 3-1. She had a career-high 28 kills against Jacksonville State, and then one game later broke that and went for 32 kills. Robertson led the OVC in kills at 4.28% and is hitting .278 for the year.
Some impressive stats there. Wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of any of those blows. Let's take a look at some more recent action around the OVC. We had the Battle of the Tigers on Tuesday as Tennessee State hosted Memphis. Tennessee State came from behind in the 5-set thriller. After dropping the first two sets, 11-25 and 20-25, they rallied off three straight wins, 25-20, 25-20, and 15-9. Naomi Wells led the way with 15 kills, added 12 digs for the double-double. Erica Moss nearly had a double-double herself with 39 assists and 9 digs on the night.
Changing to the grassy fields and artificial turf now, we had 3 OVC teams in women's soccer that had perfect 2-0 weekends and looking to move up the standings or stay at the top. UT Martin continued their OVC dominance by shutting out both Morehead State and Eastern Kentucky. Martin lifts its record to 5-1-1 in OVC play, which stands alone at the top of the OVC standings. Also picking up a couple of W's was Belmont. On Friday, the Bruins needed 2 periods of extra time to defeat Jacksonville State 2-1, and then the Bruins continued to be road warriors on Sunday as they needed another period of extra time to defeat Tennessee Tech on a score of 2-1 as well.
The final OVC team going perfect on the weekend was Southeast Missouri. SEMO defeated EKU on Friday by a score of 1-0 in overtime, and then defeated Morehead State on Sunday 2-1. Some very competitive games this weekend in all of the OVC action.
Well, I said it last week, Matt, and I'll say it again. It is crunch time in OVC sports. We had some doozies there. It's really going to come down to who can win those close games.
Yeah, we didn't see anybody really break out of their shell this weekend, but UT Martin seems to be leading the pack a little bit. We'll see how they finish up, though.
Yes, a lot of teams with staying at that 3-win mark in soccer. We have 6 teams battling out for those last few spots. It should be very, very interesting. But let's take a look at some OVC football action now. Let's start with some unbelievable numbers that were put up by UT Martin's Derek Carr and Murray State's Casey Brockman. Carr completed an astounding 42 of 46 passes. That is 91.3% completion rate for 560 yards and 7 touchdowns without throwing an interception or being sacked, as his team improved to 5-2 on the year and 3-1 in OVC play. Carr had touchdown passes of 22, 15, 22, 34, 17, 42, and 34 yards in the victory. The 7 touchdown passes set the UT Martin school record and momentarily tied the OVC record until broken later in the same game by Murray State's Casey Brockman, as did his 560 passing yards. Speaking of Brockman, here was his stat line that any kid would have dreamed for playing Madden. Brockman established a new OVC record for touchdown passes, 8 in that game, breaking the old record of 7 done by 4 players, including Brockman himself twice. Brockman also had 45 completions, tying the OVC record he set a season ago. The final score in this one was in UT Martin's favor with a score of 66-59.
What a game that was. But for you running attack fans, let's take a look at Tennessee State's Travis Ward. Ward ran the ball 43 times for 267 yards and 4 touchdowns as Tennessee State improved to 7-0 on the season with a 40-28 victory over SEMO. That makes the Tigers just one of 4 undefeated teams at the FCS level. Ward currently ranks 2nd nationally in scoring with 11.14 points a game, 6th in rushing with 129.71 yards per game, and 16th in all-purpose yards at 142.29 per game. Not a guy you want to see on the football field as a defensive player.
Absolutely not. Just some ridiculous stats from the OVC Gridiron this past weekend. Please check out all the OVC stats and scores from this past weekend at ovcsports.com. We'll have the latest football, soccer, volleyball, any score you need, you can find it there.
Absolutely, and if you're unable to make it out to the game, be sure to check it out on the ovcdigitalnetwork.com so you can keep up with your favorite team and watch the game live as they're playing.
Matt, tell us who we're presented by. Your favorite place, right?
Taco Bell. That's my spot.
Hamann loves him some Taco Bell. Also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter names are at the bottom. Feel free to give us a shout out. But until next week, I'm Jake. That's Matt. Have a good weekend, everybody.